2026 and the link is feeling cold. Last year is done, new story getting told. Jalen under fire, say his vision's getting tight. They say he's uncoachable, can't get right. AJ in New England, now that deal is done. Lemons got the green light, pick that number one. Benny in the coordinator, put your fears to rest. Patello playing checkers, why this dude is playing chess. AJ finally traded and the hype train's broke. Rabel's back to coaching and Rosini's catching smoke. 10 toes down with the Eagles on the scene. Ain't no time for fakers cause your boy is bleeding green. Sources leaking stories but you know it's all cap. Coach Marcus on the mic and he's shooting all facts. Search trending topics, information moving slow. Pro fan talk, always keep you in the know. Pro fan talk. Hit the bell, that's law. Break it down from the film to the box score raw. Pro fan talk. With the real ones ball. From the birds to the league, we gon' cover it all. Pro fan talk. Hit the bell, that's law. Break it down from the film to the box score raw. Pro fan talk.
What's going on, y'all? What's going on? What's good? What's good? What's good? Everybody got through this 4th of July weekend. Ate too much food, way too much barbecue, way too much potato salad, way too much mac and cheese, spent time with family, probably got drunk, saw some fireworks, all that kind of stuff, man. What's good with everybody? How's everybody doing? K Chanel, first out the limo. You know I appreciate you. What is going on? Fresh off the holidays. We are 16 days from camp. My birthday's next week. We looking good in the hood, man. That's what I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking about. What's up, Art? What's up? What's up? What's the deal with what? I've been looking at that, man. And I kind of was looking at the article on ESPN today. ESPN got us ranked number 2. So, but I gotta goodness. I gotta keep the same energy. I gotta practice what I preach. I'm not gonna get all hyped when we are on other lists and they got us ranked low or Jalen's ranked this or that. Or regardless of where they have us, man. And even this ESPN article, they have us ranked at number 2 with the Rams being number 1. But, I say the same thing. We haven't played a game. So we don't know what that means. It doesn't really mean anything to me. But it's there. I still think we have, and here's how I say it. And here's I don't know. Here's how my logic works. We still have one of the better offenses and defenses in the league. Period. I ain't got to say no more. You ain't got to say any less. We still have one of the better offenses and we still have one of the better defenses in the league. And by proxy, we still have one of the better teams in the league. Now, you have extenuating circumstances when you say, well, you just got a new offensive coordinator. You got to learn a new offense. And you got some things that you have to throw in the pot to add context to it. That's fair. But if all things being equal, and they rarely are, but it just sounds good to say, the way our offense is built right now, the offensive line being healthy, and our defense is still top-notch. And top-notch in the league. That's just not Eagles bias. We still have one of the better defenses in the league. So we are in good shape, regardless of what our ranking is. Whether we 1, 2, 5, or 32. We are sitting in a good spot. We've got the right people back. We do have some question marks. Every team does. And that's the other thing, man. When you go back and forth like this, who's ranked where, who dropped, what's your personnel look like? Everybody's got the same questions. Everybody's asking the same questions. Is this person going to show up this year? Is Jalen Hurts going to be better with Sean Mannion? Is Dak Prescott going to get over the hump? Put your guy in there. Name anybody in the league, and whoever they play for right now, are they going to get it done? Are they going to get it done? What's AJ Brown going to do with the Patriots? I don't know. Can Drake May take his next step? I don't know. Is Josh Allen finally going to win the big one? I don't know. Is Lamar Jackson going to return to form? I don't know. Is Matt Stafford going to win another Super Bowl with Myles Garrett? I don't know. Nobody knows. Because while we're pontificating on our roster lineups and what everybody looks like and things of that nature, the biggest influencer when it comes to these teams is your health. That is the biggest difference in who makes it further in the playoffs and who doesn't. It's your health. Well, coach, last year, Kevin Patullo just wasn't great. Kevin Patullo wasn't great because the offensive line was blocking like trash. The health. It comes back to health. Who was healthy? Now, if you tell me a team that lost last year, healthy. Everybody suffers injuries. Everybody has to deal with something like that. There's not too many times where a team gets to the ultimate game and everybody's 100%. Somebody's going to be hurt in some way, shape, or form. Something's going to be nicked up, banged up, and it all depends on who can deal with it the best. So, yeah, KP was trash, but I still I will still argue the fact, and I'm saying that, Travis, I don't know how much you hang with me. And the people, hey, Doc Jen, the people in this chat will tell you. And I've said it before. I do not like Patullo. I thought Patullo was over his head. However, if our offensive line would have blocked adequately, at least run block, Saquon Barkley would have had a much better year. If Saquon Barkley can run the ball better, our play action works better. And as bad as the offense was under Kevin Patullo, there still would have been a lot more opportunities for success that we didn't have because we didn't have a run game. That's how I work it out in my head. And again, I didn't like Patullo. I thought we got outcoached many games last year. We were losing the chess match. And we kept doing the same thing and we were predictable. All of that stuff is true. But I still say if we would have at least had a running game, I think that the running game would have put a couple more wins. And if we had a couple more wins, we'd have had a better play or a better showing in the playoffs. And by that logic alone, I believe Kevin Patullo would have kept his job. So I'm not saying that because I think he was a coach that got the raw end or something like that. Not at all. Not at all. I'm simply saying that if we had a couple more wins on the back end, and if we would have been running the ball a little bit better going into the playoffs, we would have made a deeper run. And if we make a deeper run in the playoffs and the offense just looks marginally better, there is a good chance that he would have kept his job. That's the logic that I use because it happens all the time. And your playoff success is a big, weighs very heavy on your career and your potential to get your next gig. What did you do in the playoffs? First, they look at your scheme. What does this scheme do? What does it do? What does it take advantage of? Then they look at, well, how did your quarterback perform in your scheme? And then they look at, well, what's your win-loss record? And that leads into the playoff stuff. So again, not co-signing and not, being on the rah-rah team for Kevin Patullo, but I'm just looking at the way the things that usually go in the league. They just don't get rid of coaches that go to the playoffs. They don't do that. So at the very least, he probably would have got another year. But having said all of that, it worked out the way it worked out. And now we got Sean Mannion. I think we got the better end of that deal. And we just wait for it to pay dividends. So, Why didn't the 25 Eagles get the Super Bowl hangover excuse like the other teams? I heard a couple people mention it, but I agree with you. It wasn't the big, they only talk that talk to teams that they like. That's how that goes. They only want to send them narratives out when it's somebody they like. That's almost like Matthew Stafford has a bad game. It was the offensive line's fault. It was the receiver's fault. They never want to put it in his hands. It was always something that happened, and it's just. But if we lose, it's all on Jalen. It's all on Jalen. He's not good enough. He got to throw the ball over the middle. He's not good under center. He leaves the pocket to her. Remember all them excuses? Hell, remember all them excuses in 24? And I will never let this die. I sat there and watched on television. I watched Colin Cowherd say that we might not even score against the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. And that just lets me know that people don't pay attention and they ain't watching. They go on with the narratives and they go on with them lead stories and they want to believe everything sources told them. I believe this team is going to be very competitive. Jalen has a chip on his shoulders, but it still goes back to a healthy O-line. Absolutely, Carlos. The offensive line, Lane Johnson, Cam Jurgens. Cam Jurgens is the most important piece on that offense. I cannot stress that enough. Cam Jurgens is the most important piece on that offense. It ain't Jalen. It ain't Saquon. It ain't Sean Mannion. It ain't Dontavian Wicks. It ain't Lemon. It ain't Devontae. It's Cam Jurgens. We can't do a damn thing with that offense if Cam Jurgens cannot block. That's how important he is. He is the keystone. Everything goes through him. If he's getting beat on the line of scrimmage, Jalen is in for a long day. So everything starts with him. He is the first domino. Everything is set up behind him. But if he falls, it knocks down everybody behind him until they get somebody in there that can stand up. He is the keystone. He is the most important piece. Do not forget that. Yeah, that was bad, man. It was bad. And it was just like everybody was glazing over the Chiefs because they just knew that, they had called Pat Riley and wanted to license three-peat, and they were doing all of that nonsense. And it's like, man, y'all should have just kept some of that shit quiet. And anybody who had watched the season knew what was going on. They knew what was going on. So, but people run with them narratives. They don't watch film. And they just go by whatever some intern shoves in front of their face. And you know what the Eagles said in 24 at the Super Bowl? They said, you're going to learn today. And let me be honest with you. I'm still mad. I'm still mad that Sirianni took the starters out of that game. I want to put 50 on them punks. I wanted to put up a 50 burger on them jokers, and we could have done it. We could have done it. But he called off the dogs. Like, nah, I wanted to embarrass them jokers. I wanted to embarrass them. But water under the bridge. We'll get another opportunity. We'll get another opportunity. This year, we're gonna have our stuff together. And again, if we can stay healthy, man, oh man, oh man, if we can stay healthy, we can stay healthy. I'm looking at let me see. Here is our list of projected starters. Jalen Hurts at QB, Saquon, Devontae, Makai Lemon, Dontavian Wicks, Dallas Goddard, Eli Stowers, Jordan Mailata, Landon Dickerson, Cam Jurgens, Tyler Steen, Lane Johnson, Jalen Carter's on defense. Moro Ojomo, Jordan Davis are the D tackles. Jonathan Grenard, Nolan Smith, Zach Bond, Jahad Campbell at the linebackers. Quinyon Mitchell, Cooper DeJean, Rick Woolen, Andrew Makuba, Marcus Epps. Now, the funny thing is, Cooper DeJean has played a little bit of safety. I guess he's going to be the backup. I guess that's how they're looking at it. But we good. If anybody, if I see any weakness, and I'm saying weakness in air quotes, I guess maybe Marcus Epps. And if Marcus Epps is the weakest part of your defense, that's a damn good problem to have, because it ain't like Marcus Epps is chopped liver. He can still play at a high level. So that defense, man, Moro Ojomo has come into his own. Jordan Davis has come into his own. Jalen Carter playing for the money. Jonathan Grenard, he is what he is. You already know that's going to pay dividends. Zach Bond has just been Zach Bond. Zach Bond finally got his opportunity, and he ain't trying to go back. Zach Bond is the poster child for what every football player coming out of college should strive for. That's what Zach Bond is in my eyes. Zach Bond is the dude that finally got his opportunity and made the most of it. That's Zach Bond to me. That's like the Cat Williams skit. The only thing a real Tiger's waiting for is to show somebody they ain't bullshit. That's Zach Bond. Languishing in the Saints with the Saints as a special teamer. And matter of fact, how many of y'all thought he was going to do what he did? Everybody thought, oh, he'll be a good backup and he'll be a real good special teams guy. That's how we looked at it. All you got to do is give somebody their opportunity and watch him work. Watch him work. You mean he been this good that whole time and he was lost in the sauce down in New Orleans and they couldn't even see it? He was right under their nose and they never gave him a shot. But you're going to tell me some of them people are the smartest people in the room. Get out of here. You understand what I'm saying? We got everybody, man. But that offensive line, Cam Jurgens, Cam, Landon, Tyler Steen. Tyler Steen got his work cut out for him. Tyler Steen is the only one on that offensive line who they're not looking at as like an all-pro, like Landon Dickerson is, Jordan Mailata is, Cam Jurgens is, Lane Johnson is. Tyler Steen is the weakest point on that offensive line. He's had ups and downs. Let's see if he can stay up. Let's see if he can stay up. He's a starter now. He's the man now. And the best thing for us is to not hear about him. Because when you talk about offensive linemen, I don't want to hear his name. That means he's doing his job. The minute they start talking about offensive linemen, that just means holding, offsides, penalties, illegal blocks, all of that kind of stuff. When you don't hear about an offensive lineman, that means they doing their job. They're not getting penalties. They doing what the hell they supposed to do. They keeping them guys off of our quarterback, and they leading their way through them holes. And what I really want to see is Tyler Steen and Landon Dickerson in particular, because now we're doing a lot of zone read runs, and it's going to test the quickness of our guards. It is really going to test what kind of good feet do our guards have. You got to have good feet to block, especially on the offensive line. You got to have feet because you got to be able to get them hips around and you got to be able to clear some space. So if not for nothing else, our offensive line has to be technically on point because we're talking about technique. getting into your zone, finding your man, getting a hat on a hat, and then getting your body in position that can make you the most effective for your running back coming through said hole. That's technique. That's feet. That's leverage. That's hip drive. Bringing your arms and all of that stuff that you hear them guys talking about when you watch the combine workouts. Get your hands up. You got to have quick hands, quick, all of that stuff that they talk. This is what it's about, literally. It happens in a split second. It happens in a split second. But all of the hand jive, the martial arts training, all of that kind of stuff that they work on time and time and time and time again, this is where it matters. This is where it matters. And I know they've been putting in work. I know they've been putting in work. So this is where all of that stuff comes into play. Thank you, Jen, for me forgetting about Trot Jr. Absolutely. Absolutely. I think he's ready to play. Don't sleep, Hod. I know you a homeboy, and I'm pulling for you. Don't sleep, though. Don't sleep. But I know Hod going to be ready, too. Getting his number 11 back like he had at Bama. We're going to forget about A.J. Brown in a hot second. In a hot second. So we are in good shot. We are in good hands, man. I'm looking at this ESPN article again. It says, now again, talking about the team. For those of you just joining us, ESPN ranked the Eagles number 2 best roster. But it says biggest strength, offensive tackle. The Eagles have many strengths, especially on defense, but it's tough to beat arguably the NFL's top tackle duo of Jordan Mailata and Lane Johnson. Mailata has ranked no lower than 6th at tackle in Pro Football Focus grade each of the past 3 seasons. Johnson is 36 years old and missed time due to injury last season, but he continues to play at a high level, ranking in the upper quarter of the league in the PFF grade, pass block win rate and run block win rate. Starts in the trenches. It always starts in the trenches. Don't let nobody tell you different. Now it says biggest weakness, safety. Reed Blankenship signed with Houston. Reed Blankenship is gone. I was sad to see him go. Which position, second-year man, Andrew Makuba? Andrew Makuba was balling last year. Do not forget, until he busted his ankle or the year before. Andrew Makuba was on his way. Then he hurt his ankle. So I still got high hopes for Makuba. Andrew Makuba and Marcus Epps as the team's top full-time options. Cooper DeJean will also get a run at safety, but his role as the team's primary slot corner will keep him occupied most of the time. Yes. So we got 2 good ones and a good backup. X factor for 2026. Cornerback Rick Woolen. He has the best yards per coverage snap among all cornerbacks with at least 500 snaps over the past 5 seasons. Let me reiterate his numbers. Rick Woolen is 6'4" and runs a 4.3. He is 6'4" and the wingspan to boot and's got 4.3 speed. He is a problem. And he's on our defense with Vic Fangio. Man, y'all better stop playing with me. Y'all better stop playing with me. We got a diamond in the rough over there. We got a pit bull tied to a tree, and he's about to break free. The only thing that kind of worries me, he got that hothead attitude. But if any team is used to that type of stuff, it's us. It's us. So as long as Clint Hurt is on that sideline, we'll be all right. We'll be all right. Plus, Rick Woolen ain't trying to mess up no money. Let's be real. He ain't trying to screw up his own money. So a lot of people are looking high on Hollywood Brown or Makai Lemon or Dontavian Wicks. Me personally, I think um, Lemon is going to be better than people want to believe. And I think that Dontavian Wicks, I'm hoping he's got the chip on his shoulder because, his maybe he's thinking that Green Bay didn't want him or he was expendable. But in any case, he gonna have a chip on his shoulder, so he gonna be ready to rock and roll. Now, I don't know. I don't really care who they consider to be the number one and number two. We all know the number one is Smitty, but the number two is a little bit you're not sure because the X or Y or a tight end can be the number two. It all depends on who gets the bulk of the catches. So I'm just glad we got them over there, both of them, Lemon and Dontavian Wicks, and Hollywood Brown, and Elijah Moore. So we good. We damn good. Yeah, I'm with you, Afrado. Rick Woolen is yeah. I remember a couple months ago when I was like, wait a minute, hold on, 6'4" and run a 4.3. I was like, hold on, that's got to be a mistake. It's got to be a mistake. Nope. My apologies. I was not familiar with your game. Because that is elite level speed. That is at the cornerback position. That is 1% height. He got the package back there. My only thing is when you're talking about defensive backs that are that tall, can they come up and be physical? It's one thing to be physical with a wide receiver. It's another thing when you got Saquon coming through the line or Derrick Henry coming through the line or insert your favorite running back here. So I'm with you, Frado. I think Rick Woolen, he going back to the Pro Bowl. I do agree. I do agree with that. And you know what? Shout out to Vic Fangio, man, because Vic Fangio does not play favorites. Vic Fangio is looking for a specific thing. And if you don't have that thing, he is going to ship you the hell out. So he knows what he's doing. And I trust him. I trust him. Vic brings an old school mentality that you don't see a lot of anymore. They try to play like it exists, but they don't really exist. But we good to go. We good to go. We have a lot of we got a lot of people with chips on their shoulders and not necessarily cast offs, but you know how it is when somebody just when you on the trade blocks, you feeling some kind of way because you done been where you are for a couple years. Now you settling in and um, makes things easier, and you have a better understanding of where you are, where you were, and what it is that you want to do. Yeah, we stacked the linebacker, Chris. Yes, we are. I think people are underestimating us because they want to throw us in the same on the same pile that they did last year. Jalen Hurts is not good enough, and all of those other excuses that they want to give. Okay, go ahead and try that. See what happens. Like, go ahead and try it. Go ahead. So we are where we're supposed to be. Don't get. We got 16 more days till camp. Don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe. We know what we are. We know what we have. We know what our value is, and we know how it's looking in that locker room. Let me say it like that. We understand what it should be and what it is. Yeah, the 2023 Dolphins. Vic is too mean. Them jokers didn't want to work down there, man. Too busy at the beach with bikinis sitting in your laps. Nah, gotta leave that stuff alone, man. Gotta leave it alone. Yeah, we're gonna have it pretty rough this year. Until we get to that fourth or fifth game, then you can get a true look at what Sean Mannion is trying to do. What's going to be successful? I have no doubt that it's going to be successful. I have no doubt whatsoever. Let me see. What's up, Justin? What did I see? What did I miss? What did I miss? I missed last Thursday, I think it was. I am back working on some new graphics. Uh, very excited. Got some new templates that I'm gonna be using. Really gonna get into some of the Premiere work. Um, yeah, I just downloaded a bunch of stuff today. I ran a test on some stuff. Looks good. Now, next step is just writing some scripts. Get some stuff in my database because I just want to pull stuff every day. Like I want to have about 25 scripts written, and then I should be able to pull a script every day, shoot the content, and what I'm working on is how can I write a script that is organic and what they call it evergreen. It's always relevant. So I got to figure out scripts that are always relevant, regardless of when you talk about the Eagles, whether it's in season, out of season, camp, no camp, different things like that. So I'm trying to set it up, and I got the graphics and everything. Now I got to put the creativity and the writing into it. And you always know me, man. You already know I'm trying to step it up to the next level again. You already know. So what you say, Jet? How about that bad teammate and bad leader getting all the quarterbacks and pass catchers together on their off time to get work in and hang out at his house? I just heard that. I just saw that. I had to go get some food, so I couldn't read it. But I just saw that article right before I left the house, and I was like, "That's what he's supposed to do. That's what he's supposed to do." And when you the quarterback, if you got one of these rookies or one of these young pups that ain't got it, like, nah, I got you, dog. I got your plane ticket. Come on out. You can stay at the house. That's the way it's supposed to be. That's how it was with some of the vets. That's how Randall Cunningham did me. Randall used to go out to Vegas because he went to UNLV, and we trained out in Vegas. He was like, "Why don't y'all come out with me, and we can all train together down in Vegas?" I'm like, "I'm a rookie free agent, bro. I ain't making 70 grand a week. I got you. If you can get down there, I got your room, I got your meals, I got you." Enough said. The ones that really want to put in work, they'll find a way to get everybody involved because they got it like that. But that don't mean they got to share it like that. So now that goes back to what we say personality, all of that type of stuff. So that's the good stuff, man. I'm a writer. I got you, fam. Just talk about what truly matters and what doesn't get old. Like, what's the point? Yeah. I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. I'm with you. I try to keep it real. I can criticize my team just as much as I praise them. So I'm old school. I was raised on hose water and freeze tag, man. So I understand you can criticize somebody and still be a fan of their work. And a lot of this new social media generation doesn't understand that. Two things can be true. Your favorite player could have had a sucky game, and you could have told them they had a sucky game, but that's still your favorite player. This is the era of Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady. Tom Brady was the NFL's version of Jordan. Everybody liked Jordan when he got to the league. And then they didn't like Jordan when the Bulls started winning every damn thing. Patriots was the same way. Patriots made the Super Bowl win 1988 or whenever that was. And then you didn't really hear nothing from the Patriots. And all of a sudden, Tom Brady gets his opportunity when Bledsoe goes down and never looks back. And that, the rest is history. Then he goes down to Tampa Bay and does it again. So it's funny how things get flip on you because they think you're the best. And you keep telling yourself that, and then something pop up. Something pop up that you wasn't quite ready for or you wasn't expecting. So, but I'm saying all that to say we in good shape, y'all. I am not concerned in the least. Not concerned in the least. So I am positive that Jalen Hurts is putting in work. I am positive that Sean Mannion is putting in work. I am positive that Howie Roseman is still on the phones. I am positive that Vic Fangio was still putting in work. All these guys putting in work. Something's gonna pop. Something's gonna pop. So 15 days away, little 16 days away. And then we be ready to rock and roll. Be ready to rock and roll, man. So yeah, man. I'm gonna go ahead and land this plane. We rock for about 40 minutes. Join me tomorrow. Don't forget tomorrow, 8:30. Me and Tone, Bald Eagles podcast. Um, yeah, we're gonna have a lot to talk about because we got to catch up because he missed last week. So we definitely got to catch up, man. But yeah, don't worry about where the Eagles ranked. Whether they rank them high or rank them low, it's irrelevant. It is irrelevant. Don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe, man. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what rankings are. Rankings are used to drive web traffic. That's what rankings are for. Seahawks, number 3. All right, we'll see. We shall see. Ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun. So, but yeah, unless you guys got some questions for me or anything like that, I'm gonna land this plane. I'm gonna land this plane. Yeah, that's true. Rank this. Yep, rank this, rank that. Win the game. That's listen. That'll take care of all your problems if you win it. All your problems. That's what it's about. It ain't what it looks like. It's what it is. So, but in any case, man, we landing. We got the landing gear out. We coming in. But I want you guys to and watch how the media narratives continually um, build up momentum. So by the time the camp gets here, Rossini's going to be in full tilt. So it'll be here before you know it. All these stories ain't going nowhere. But again, they're all irrelevant until you get in the camp. Until our DBs and another opponent's receivers go head to head. Who going in the joint practice? Who's going to go one on one with AJ Brown? Is that Reek Woolen? Does he get first crack at it? Let me see. I thought I looked at that early today, and let me see. I could be wrong. Eagles camp. Yeah. I typed this in. How many days till Eagle camp? 22 days. So yeah, I was off a little bit. 22 days. July. No. That's why. The official report date for rookies and vets is July 28th. And today's the 6th. So yeah, about 22 days. So yeah. So it's not that far. Tack on an extra week. Yeah, they're making training camp shorter and shorter. They're gonna end up making training camp is what, 2 weeks now? It's that's why you can't get none done in preseason. Preseason, you're trying to figure out what we used to figure out in camp. You can't do that no more. They don't let you do that no more. So we'll figure it out. We shall figure it out. But all right, man. I'm about to get up out of here. All right. Yeah, I wish it was tomorrow. No, I don't wish it was tomorrow. I want to wait. I'm old, man. I'll be 56 next Monday. Next Sunday, I think, the 12th, July 12th. I'll be 56. I'm taking my time, bro. Don't rush me. You feel me? Take your time. Let the long days happen. You're going to end up missing them long days. You're going to wish you had them long days one day. So I will take my time. And my father used to tell me all the time, the only surefire way that's been proven to keep from getting old is to die young. And he would say, I will take my wrinkles. Feel the same way. So cancer's in the building, baby. Let's go. 33 years old. You're a baby, son. You're a baby. The heat in Philly, it's cooled off because we done had bad flooding thunderstorms the last couple of days. So it's really cooled everything off, but it's still a little bit muggy. But we good. We are good to go. So, all right, man. I'm getting up out of here. Hope you had a good night tonight. We're going to keep it moving. Thank you for tuning in. We ready to go, man. Eagles will be just fine. Don't fall for the nonsense. Don't believe all these reports. We was here before anybody else decided to come, and we started handling business. Now everybody want to start coming in when they see you doing things. We good. We got you. We good. So don't worry about a thing. Eagles are going to be where they need to be. We're going to take care of business when the season starts, and let's hurry up and get this season started. All right? All right. I'm going to holler at y'all later, and as usual, go Birds. Yo, 2026 and the link is feeling cold. Last year is done, new story getting told. Jalen under fire, say his vision's getting tight. They say he's uncoachable, can't get right. AJ in New England, now that deal is done. Lemons got the green light, pick that number one. Benny in the coordinator, put your fears to rest. Patello playing checkers, why this dude is playing chess. AJ finally traded and the hype train's broke. Vrabel's back to coaching and Buzzini's catching smoke. 10 toes down with the Eagles on the scene. Ain't no time for fakers cause your boy is bleeding green. Sources leaking stories but you know it's all cap. Coach Marcus on the mic and he's shooting all facts. Search trending topics, information moving slow. Pro fan talk, always keep you in the know. Pro fan talk. Hit the bell, that's law. Break it down from the film to the box score raw. Pro fan talk. With the real ones bar. From the birds to the league, we gon' cover it all.